Hey, what's going on? Thank you for being here. Now, for those of you who don't know what man is all about, well, it's basically my observations and opinions on just about anything, from automobiles to Zoroastrianism, delivered in my unique and colorful manner. So sit back, relax with your favorite adult beverage of choice, and let's explore and expose. It's been all over the news. Hell, you'd have to be living under a rock somewhere in Iran not to have heard this incredible news. Yes, as inconceivable as this may be to believe, Burger King has created a new Whopper. Now, on a much lighter note, Islamic leader Ali Khamenei has allegedly been killed by a joint Israeli and American military attacks. But I don't want to go on about such trivials. Let's get back to something truly meaningful and serious, something which is a whopper of vitally important news here in America. We'll get back to Khamenei shortly. Hello, folks. My name is Ernest. Thank you for being here. Before I get going, I would just ask if you would consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so the channel grows. And I want your commitment to believe in me, the one true podcaster. Least I throw a jihad on your ass. All right, now back to the episode. Now, as far as this Whopper thing is concerned, here's the deal. No, I have not tried it yet. For one thing, I no longer eat much fast food, and that's primarily for three reasons. One, it's generally low quality, unhealthy shit food. Two, I try not to support corporations whenever possible. And three, the stuff is usually really overpriced, especially for its low quality. An additional reason I haven't tried it yet is I'm no longer a member of what I call the youth conformist cattle. As soon as something is put out on the media, because I'm not 18 or 35 going on 18, I don't say, "Oh my God, I just have to try the new Burger King Whopper. It looks totally sick." Run, not walk to my car and drive like a total fucking maniac to Burger King as though the fucking thing is going to disappear in 15 minutes. So hey, maybe it is much better. Reports are coming in fast and furious, and they generally seem positive. But there are a couple of things here you might want to put into perspective. I've checked out the Whopper's changes that have been made online. And actually, with one possible exception of the bun, they have only decided to go back to the Whoppers they originally made in the 70s, when I was a fucking teenager. And yes, they were pretty good. Not great, like Mom and Pop burgers back then, but pretty good. But this brings me to asking you this question. So what? What if they are better? What in the bigger picture of things does it really fucking matter? Here's a newsflash. Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. Unless your goal of personal growth and achievement is to shove your pie hole full of fucking Whoppers for the rest of your life. Capiche? And speaking of other totally meaningless things, Islamic terrorist leader Ali Khamenei has been killed by joint cooperative military activities of Israel and the United States. Or perhaps the United States and Israel. It all depends on who's in power and who wants or needs the media PR propaganda to paint the correct picture of who is sucking whose ass at any given time. There is also confusion amongst many Americans as to how America's military could commit an act of war without congressional approval. Well, to those half-wit, uninformed Americans who insist on thinking in a bygone age, kings and dictators don't require any approval from something as silly as a Congress or even sillier, a constitution. You people really need to get with it. You obviously don't understand despotism. The point is, he's dead gone. Finished. Out of here. Dead. And what does that all mean? Again, nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. Unless your goal is to live in denial of reality for the rest of your life. You see, if you murder a lunatic and that completely and totally stops an entire fucking dysfunctional, delusional, and idiotic monkey show that's been going on for many centuries, then fine. But if you murder the lunatic leader of a fucking dysfunctional, delusional, and idiotic religious monkey show, they simply replace it with, wait for it, yet another fucking dysfunctional, delusional, and idiotic religious monkey. To carry on the dysfunctional, delusional, and idiotic religious monkey show. What can I say? God may be great, but he does seem to have a rather twisted sense of humor. Now, I don't usually talk about religion, but I just wanted to add this. So perhaps you'll better understand my position. Just hear me out, and please don't throw a fucking bomb through my window. I believe that good fences make good neighbors. I don't want to bother you, regardless of what invisible man in the sky you happen to believe in. But when your delusion negatively affects me or other members of the community or society, that delusion needs to go. And it's not debatable or open to any compromise. One very simple example of having and absolutely needing a non-compromising position is how currently in America, churches and religious organizations pay no taxes, which I believe is complete bullshit. If you or your organization use the same services as everyone else in society, you should be paying taxes for those services just like everyone else in society. Your delusion should not give you or your organization an automatic get out of jail free card concerning taxes. I don't claim to be a biblical scholar, but according to the fable, even Jesus said, "Give that unto Caesar that which is Caesar's." He was talking about paying your fucking taxes. As far as the Israelis and Palestinians are concerned, and I'm talking specifically concerning religion here, they are both crazy. Different forms of crazy, but still crazy. And anyone in that region who is non-religious and gets caught up in that religious crazy, which they can't escape from, totally understands how religion inevitably leads to greater suffering and death. This is one of the many reasons I'm not only agnostic, but I sure as hell ain't going to respect it, any more than I would respect any delusional person walking down the street dressed in a costume carrying a sword, who totally believes they're Napoleon Bonaparte. There are places for people like that. They're called insane asylums. So before you get all teary-eyed about the terrorist Ali Khamenei, just bear in mind he has now received an incredible gift. The incredible gift that only male Muslims receive. I'm talking, of course, about those 72 virgins. Now, I must say, in my younger days, in my early 20s, I was quite a sporting man. But even back then, the idea of having and keeping 72 women, worse yet, 72 virgins, holy fucking Casanova. Not even a stud, a Tennessee stud, could deal with that. Jesus Christ, it's hard enough just living with one. Yet he's going to be taking on 72 virgins at 86? Well, all I can say is I sure as hell would think that in Muslim heaven, there's Viagra, because he's going to be needing a hell of a lot of it. What can one say? I suppose God is great. Until next time, this is Ernest, and that's all I've got for today.